This is a simple card. Just going to empty all your contents out. It's already been pre-done for you. And this piece here, all this is going to poke out. Just be gentle because these pieces in between are gentle. I shouldn't say gentle. Be gentle because these are fragile. Not that you can't glue them down or whatever, but, you know, if you can avoid tearing them, that'd be best. Makes it easier. Yes, I'm doing this live with a dog. Oh, see, I just tore that one accidentally on the tip there. Okay, we're going to make that, it's not going to be, don't worry about it, right? It's going to be covered. But that's why I say just try to do them gently if you can. If part of you have to leave part of it there, just leave it there because it's going to be covered, right? So I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. It's just really, really tiny and delicate. Be the better word to say. All right. It's just when you get down to the smaller ones in there, right? You have to be real careful with. Some of the teeny tiny. So most of them poke out real easy. As you can see, I just had one for whatever reason. Don't know. It just happens, right? Okay, so here's our base. We're going to go ahead and fold our base in half. We're not using all these little white pieces, okay? So you can sit there and just put them aside. I'll do this like here. All right, we're just going to fold this in half. And there's some of our bling. So some of the bling I put in there that you can use for all the cards just in one envelope. It makes it easier sometimes. Just going to fold this in half. Yeah, I'm going to move that out of the way. These are some pieces we're going to use. I'm going to use this here too. So I got all that for you, right? This here is just going to be put flat. We don't have to do anything with it. It's beautiful paper. Just going to put it down flat. I'm going to use glue because that's the handiest for me. Somebody asked me the other day, do I do this just around the edges? Whatever, it's whatever I do is what I do. I don't try to methodically do anything particular way. It's trying to get the paper down, right? Okay, from here, we're going to put this on here. Now, the way I did this is I put the sun portion here, I put it on a dimensional. Because it's going to give it height, right? And then the other portion, I actually, so we'll get this down here. I did it a little off-centered. You can do it however you want. Then I just glue this just a little bit, right? It doesn't take much. I just put a little dab of glue here. And I put it down here. And you know what? I just use the glue bottle for the moment to hold it down. Well, I'll put some of the other pieces on here. Or let's see if I got a block. Let me grab a block. A block's always good too. There. I put a block down. So it's like glues completely, right? The sailboat here. So we'll look here the side, you can see I put it on, I just put it on here, right? Because this is already lifted, so I didn't have to put it on anything. So the sailboat is just put on right here. And I already know it's going to be right here. It's going to cover part of the base. Half the base. So that's why I told you not to worry about this here because it's going to be covered with a sailboat, right? And then I just put a little like right here. In here, right? Where I know the sailboat's going to be. And that's it, right? So if you're concerned about time or anything else, then just put something on it. Hold it there if you need to, right? And go either way. All right, then we have pieces in here we're going to use. Other pieces we're going to use for other cards. So we're just going to use the blue water and the seagulls here. So sometimes I do that right in sets. If I know I'm going to send it, I've got a bunch of little pieces. Instead of putting them in, I've started trying to do this. You'll have to let me know what you like. I'm trying to put them in one little small envelope because they're just tiny, right? These guys are tiny. In fact, there's the one on here that didn't even look like a piece of trash. It doesn't even look like something you die cut. This piece right here, depending on how it lands on your paper, it looks like something that goes in the trash can. And I've done that more than once. That's what I know from experience. And that's why I'm telling you that. All right, same thing here. I just put a little glue on the back of these here. I'm just gonna, since I know I'm gonna put this guy here, right up here, I'm gonna put some glue right here. Yep. And maybe a dab right there. And there. Okay. Just enough, right, so I can get my wingspan out here and the body. Just put it like there, okay? It's going to be right like that. And then we're going to do the same thing with the larger one, or the smaller one. I got to put those in the wrong different places. That's okay. Seagulls are seagulls. They are everywhere. I wanted to space them differently, okay? So you can see it's already glued down. So I wanted to space them out a little bit. So I've got that one there. I'm just going to go ahead and put this one down here then. So I'm going to put the main body here. Right? They don't have to be in the exact order I already did it. I can do it in a different order. And I'm going to put a little dab right there. Alright? All I need is just for it to hold, right? We want it to hold and stay in place so that when it goes in the mail, right, it is delivered with the seagulls intact. This one is just, it's just an odd looking one, right? It's just, it is a seagull, but when you look at it and you see how it goes and everything, you're like, what in the world? It does. It looks like a piece of trash. I've dug this out of the trash so many times that it's not even funny. And I'm just going to put it here. I know that's going to cause it to be down a little bit, but that's okay because I've got it down up there too. And just sort of space them out however you want to. And then we're going to put our water on here. So the flat piece, it's got a flat edge. It's going to go just like this here. And this one I did. I just put little dots here. And I'm just going to put it down. And then once it dries, if I want that other end up, if I think that's going to be a problem, then I can glue it down. If not, I'll just let it be. Let me get that down right there. Okay. Alright, and then we'll put this other one, it's just a little squiggly line. So this all got die cuts out just as is. On anything that I did, it's just the way die cuts. And you just have to decide which way you want to turn it. I chose to turn mine this way because I could. I just put my waves down right like that. Alright, then all we're going to do is put our bling on. So I only used like a few pieces of bling. Space it out. So we're doing it in a triangular format. And I did one right in here. Let's see if I can get that in here. There we go. So yeah, so this is up because this is on dimensional, right? But it'll be okay. Okay, from here, we're going to stamp Happy Retirement. This one we're going to, instead of doing Happy Retirement, I'm going to do Happy Anniversary. We're going to do it the same way. I'm going to change the color too. That one was Strawberry Slush. This is Calypso Coral. I'm actually just want to use my mini spots here. So I just want to change the color. Like everybody else, I don't like, I'm not a machine, right? I don't try to do 50 of one thing. I can, but it's not what I normally do. So I'm going to stamp it here. And we're just going to cut it apart is all we're going to do, right? Clean that, you know. Okay, so we're just going to cut this apart with our scissors. It's not very wide, right? It's not very big. It's just a small strip, just enough to get the words on there. That's all it is. So I would say that's about most probably 1/4 of an inch is what we're looking at. If you want to cut a piece of paper that small, you can. I just didn't want to. And I'm just going to cut it right there, right in the middle. And I have my Happy and I have my Anniversary. And again, I just put it on here. I'm just going to do it right here. And I'm just doing it with glue. I can sit there and use a mini dimensional if I wanted to. But I'm not. I'm just going to put some glue in here. Now this one, to me, it's easier. Just put the glue back here. And it's going to tuck right here. Just a little bit over. And so because, and you know what, I don't even know if I want to do that today. Be consistent, right? Okay, so got it, my Anniversary there, and I can put a mini dimensional right there, and I'm just going to do the Happy right above it. So yes, it is long, and it does cover a little bit. If you don't want to cover the sailboat, then move the sailboat over, or move the tag over. And I'm just putting this like right here. So I'm covering up part of the bling, but not all of it, so it's still seen, right? Let me see if I get it still right there. There you go. Alright. Alright, and it'll just dry. And like I said, you could put a mini dimensional if you wanted to under there. I would let it dry first, but we can put one under there. They're tiny, right? just going to help hold it up so it doesn't flop down. And you can see how this is going to fit under here just fine. I don't want to make a big mess of it or take it off. Yeah, there we go. Oop. See, because it's not dry yet. There we go. Definitely not dry. Okay. Alright, we'll just get that on there, and this time around I won't get the sailboat completely done. There you go. There, now that'll help it dry too. Alright, so what else are we going to do with this? We're going to take this here and we're going to cut off just 1/4 of an inch. That's all we're going to do, and we're going to put this on the inside. And then we're done with this card. So let's do that and we'll be done. Okay, we're back with our 1/4 inch piece. We're just going to come down here and I'm just going to lift just a little bit of glue. I'm going to put it down here. And I do it both ways, right? You can either put it on the piece there, or if you feel like you have a steady hand, fairly steady hand, I just come and I just lightly come across. Right, and then we're done. We're ready to move on to our next adventure, right? So in this particular case, I didn't cut it off. So what we'll do is we'll just trim it off once we get done, right? Let's use our, I love the pretty paper, right? So I want to use the pretty paper as much as I can, as often as I can. So there we have it right here. Looks a little slanted to me, so I'm going to tug it down just a little bit, but I'm not a machine, right? You're not a machine. All right, so there we go. There's our card. Whoop, whoop. So I hope you like it. Here's the original. I just moved the seagulls a little bit. And there you go. We have a happy retirement anniversary card and a retirement card.